Throughout the war, he worked regularly from Downing Street, awaking around 7 a.m. but spending several hours in bed reading the newspapers and dictating memos and letters to his secretaries. An alcoholic drink or two followed as he got up and met with a few individuals before a lengthy lunch. Several hours of work followed, but Churchill was then known to regularly go for an evening nap between about 5 and 6:30. This was a habit he had developed in his younger years and one which he claimed made him more productive in the evenings. After the nap, he would have dinner, a few more drinks and several more hours of work would follow, with Churchill often working past midnight in his study. This pattern was regularly interrupted by sudden changes and events, and when Churchill had to travel away from London. But the Prime Minister's working methods generally followed along these lines when possible. Extraordinary events which called for Churchill to break from this pattern increased in number in 1944. In the first half of the year, the Western Allies began preparing for the opening of a major Western front against the Nazis by invading France from Britain. This would be the moment in which Churchill's success in keeping Britain in the war in 1940 bore its greatest fruit. Such an undertaking by the United States alone across the entire length of the Atlantic Ocean would have been all but impossible, but it was entirely feasible from Britain. Churchill was central to the planning process for what eventually became the D-Day landings.